Mortlock's disease. Mortlock's disease results in accelerated decrepitude in the affected individual, resulting in death. It is contagious during the early phases of the disease, and only in the later stages is it safe for anyone to have contact with them without safety precautions. It is possible to extend the victim's lifespan by having them live in a hyperbolic oxygen tent. There on a hospital bed, they will have a device inserted into their neck to help them breathe, a catheter, and various valves and pipes to keep them alive. But even then, a simple sneeze by someone inside the tent could result in the patient's death. Maspeth Syndrome. Maspeth Syndrome is a progressive disorder caused by exotic gravitational flux. Symptoms include paranoia, loss of coordination, bursts of anxiety, memory loss, hallucination, and sometimes, in extreme cases, homicidal urges. The condition is usually accompanied by myasthenia gravis, osteochondritis, osteoporosis, scoliosis, and leukemia. Maspeth syndrome is common amongst the mining population of the planet of Kinchari. Witch curse. Witch curse is a neurological disease that affects individuals with even the slightest psychic potential. Those psychics who are infected find their abilities blossom into uncontrollable storms of eldritch energy, causing immense damage to themselves and to anyone else nearby. Obliterator Virus. The Obliterator Virus is what creates the beings known as Obliterators within the ranks of Chaos Space Marines. The virus consumes its victim in 9 distinct stages, ranging from simple carriage to total absorption. Most carriers do not realise they are infected until it is too late for aid. Since the virus takes an extended period of time to mutate and bond with its host, the creation of fully fledged Obliterators is time consuming and severely limits their numbers. Over the course of the infection, the afflicted find themselves merging with their weaponry and able to start generating ammunition for them. Their armor will no longer be able to be removed and is able to repair itself. They also find their movement to be impaired and their joints rearrange and meld with the metal of their armor and weapons as flesh and metal become one, and will become able to generate new weaponry from within their very bodies, while their very sanity is affected and impaired, resulting in the affected becoming a fully fledged Obliterator. Glass Plague. The Glass Plague is a deadly and feared biological weapon employed by the Dark Eldar, created by the artist known as Jalaxlar. He used the virus, which quickly turns living material into crystalline glass, to create sculptures for his gallery. After these statues were smashed by his rivals, the airborne virus spread with alarming speed across Komora and infected thousands of its citizens. It took the homuncular cover known as the Hex to contain the outbreak and release a counter-virus. The glass virus is particularly feared, for it gives the Dark Eldar a true death, one from which not even a homunculus can repair them from. Seeing its potential, the virus has since been weaponized by the Dark Eldar of the Hex. Vide strain. The Vide strain is a warp disease created by the Nurgle-aligned chaos cult known as the Vile Savants. The victim is subjected to fits of fever and terrible nightmares at first, but will apparently recover into perfect health after a matter of hours. However, while the person may seem healthy, their cell has since been claimed by the warp, and the subject unwittingly spreads the plague. If left unchecked, the virus will spread slowly, and symptoms in new victims will not manifest themselves for perhaps weeks. However, if it is discovered, symptoms will suddenly erupt as the virus seeks to cause as much damage as possible before it is eradicated. Once the disease begins to manifest itself fully, the subjects begin to suffer from bloody flux, murderous fever, and green markings on the skin that will bring a spasm-racked death. Those who die from the disease are reanimated, now possessed by the demonic virus, and seek to infect the living and kill all in their path. Naugle's Rot. Naugle's Rot is a completely incurable and highly infectious disease that, over a long period of time, turns the infected into bloated, rotting corpses. It is as much a spiritual plague as a physical one, as the souls of those infected are slowly leashed into Naugle's realm, where they appear as seed pods grown from cracked branches of gloomy willow trees that grow within Naugle's garden. Each pod swells and ripens as the plague destroys its host in the real world. Once the victim dies, the bodule drops and a newly created plague-bearer demon tears itself free. A mortal who resists the disease for a significant period produces an equally long incubation period, resulting in a larger, tougher, more powerful and more disgusting demonic herald of Nurgle. Many sufferers undertake death quests in order to be killed, or simply commit suicide in order to avoid such a fate.